death, taxes, and the Houston Texans once again playing Saturday at 4:30 Eastern. Welcome everybody to JG9 News, where we talk all things NFL all the time. I'm Jared9, representing the 904 from the 602, and today we are talking about the news that just dropped last night. The NFL schedule for the divisional round of the playoffs has been released. Obviously, we don't know all the teams playing in it yet. We've got two playoff games today with the Buffalo Bills playing the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Philadelphia Eagles playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But after those games are done, we know the times and the dates for the 4 divisional round games. If you've not seen this yet, Saturday at 4:30 Eastern on ESPN and ABC, the Houston Texans will play either the Baltimore Ravens or the Kansas City Chiefs. Locked in, penciled in, 8:15 on Fox that Saturday, the Packers against the 49ers. Sunday at 3 o'clock on NBC, the Detroit Lions hosting the winner of the game between Philadelphia and Tampa Bay. And then 6:30 Eastern, the marquee game Sunday night. You either got Chiefs-Bills or you've got Steelers-Ravens. This is probably the easiest determining of a schedule maybe ever. There were no real surprises here in terms of the dates and the times of the games at hand. You had to play the Eagles-Bucks winner against the Lions. That had to be Sunday, and you had to play the Steelers-Bills winner on Sunday because the two teams, they're playing on Monday. You can't do Monday to Saturday. That's a short week. Monday through Sunday, that was the only way to do it. That's also the reason why you see when the wildcard schedule comes out, the Monday game is always a 4-5 game, so that they can just pencil in for that Sunday. So no surprises there in terms of the times and the dates. Now, a few interesting things about this schedule. It was a guarantee that Packers-Niners would play Saturday and Texans would play Saturday. Obviously, you've got to put the Packers-Niners game in on the marquee time slot that night because that is a bigger draw than Texans against the Ravens or Texans against Chiefs, whatever game that would be. CBS game, the late game Sunday, that makes complete sense. They kind of got hosed in the ratings this week because they have a Monday afternoon playoff game. They were supposed to have a game Sunday at 1 o'clock with Bills Steelers. Obviously, that got moved to Monday, so you had to throw them a bone by giving them the primetime slot, especially since they don't get a big slot wildcard weekend. They don't get a big slot conference championship weekend since Fox has the later game. NFC Championship is later this year. It alternates every single year. So CBS has the earlier game, so you had to give them a bone, had to give them a later game at some point, and they're going to get the late game for this one. It makes sense also just from a timing standpoint. You got 4 options. You could have gone with the late game in the marquee time slot. And we don't know the games themselves just yet, but the 4 possible scenarios for games for that 6:30 time slot that you could have gone with are the games between the Steelers and the Ravens, the Chiefs and the Bills. You could have gone with the Lions against the Eagles and the Lions against the Bucks. The best case scenario is Chiefs-Bills. Allen Mahomes, huge ratings, Taylor Swift fans. The worst case scenario is Lions-Bucks. So it's the right call for Chiefs-Bills potentially to be the late game and for CBS to get that game. It makes a lot of sense. You don't want Lions-Bucks as the marquee game at 6:30. I think no one would be happy about that from a TV rating standpoint. And that matters because once everything is finalized with the times, that's it. They can't change it. They can't move it around. It's a done deal. So you had to put at 6:40 either the 2 AFC games or the 2 NFC games. Had to pick one or the other. The best case scenario is an AFC game, Bills-Chiefs. The worst case scenario is an NFC game with Lions-Bucks. So again, that's why it makes complete sense why you have the AFC game at the 6:40 window on CBS. Even though cross-flexing is a thing now, even though you can move games around on different networks, once everything is finalized in that time slot and all that network, that is it. Best case scenario is Bills-Chiefs. Worst case scenario, Lions-Bucks. So in a scenario where the best case scenario is better than the best case scenario in option B, and the worst case scenario in option A, which would be Steelers-Ravens, is better than the worst case scenario in option B, which is Lions-Bucks, it makes total sense as to why you look at the CBS 6:40 game being an AFC game and not an NFC game. So yeah, that is the divisional round schedule. You can see the schedule on the screen, and you see all the games taking place. Again, it makes sense why CBS has the latest game on Sunday. It makes sense why the Texans are playing Saturday alongside the Packers and the 49ers. Makes sense why the Lions are playing on Sunday, just because Eagles-Bucks, they have to play Sunday because they play on Monday. You can't give them a short week. Everything with the schedule makes sense. The networks make sense. The times make sense. The teams make sense. No real surprises here. But what are your thoughts? Do you think the NFL got it right? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And that's going to do it for this episode of JG9 News. Be sure to like and subscribe. It helps the channel out a lot. And be sure to check out my main channel, Jared9, where we talk all things NFL all the time. Until next time, Jared9 signing off. And as always, go Jags.